Welcome back if you are not new. Welcome if you are new to my channel. It is me, Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. And today we are talking about the aspects and ingresses and very important astrological movements of September 2024. And September is here and it's not acting shy. It's going to bring some major cosmic shifts this month. From Mercury finally getting out of that icky retrograde energy to a powerful lunar eclipse in the sign Pisces, and Pluto retrograding back into the sign Capricorn, which is going to really be a big doozy. I mean, all of it is really big and affecting us this month. So whether you're looking for clarity after Mercury is coming out of that retrograde of chaos, or maybe you want some deep insight on this lunar eclipse that's going to eclipse some energy out of all of our lives, and or maybe you're trying to understand this Pluto and Capricorn and how it would affect our lives as a collective. And when I say collective, I really mean government. If you want to know any of this, guess what? I got you covered. And let's dive into this month of September. Before we get started, please do your due diligence as a YouTube watcher, or if you're listening to me via podcast, and download this episode, rate this episode, thumbs up this YouTube channel, pay me, okay? Also comment how you were feeling through Mercury retrograding. Did you have any arguments? I wonder if you did, especially with that Mercury in the sign Leo. But we're moving on. We're moving forward. Also, if you want anything free, I have some free things down below. You can, first of all, join my newsletter. It keeps you in touch with me in case anyone tries to not do that. And I'm talking about the establishment of social media. So that's one. Two, I also give a newsletter out every week. If you don't have time to watch the video, guess what? You get an email, and you can also refer to the email quickly to see how my Wednesday is going to be. Also, if you want to learn tarot, I have a free tool for you to learn tarot. And then if you want a free reading, I have something special just for you. So go ahead and click the link in the bio. Now, with that out of the way, I do also have to put my sponsor up. So here's a word from my sponsor. Hello there, my beautiful souls. I am Danyell Carmelita, your favorite tarot reader and astrologer. Are you ready to take your spiritual journey to the next level? Introducing Danyell's Astro Tarot Elite Club, your exclusive getaway to daily insights, cosmic guidance, and so much more for just $4.99 a month. As a member, you'll receive daily readings designed to align your day with the universe's energy. Start each day with clarity and confidence. Do you need a personal reading, or do you want to have your astrology chart read fully? With being a member, you also can enjoy exclusive discounts on all my offerings just for our elite members only. Do you love my YouTube videos? Do you love my Instagram posts? Also, becoming a member, you get early access to all my content. Be the first to dive into new videos and more before anyone else. Do you have burning questions about your spiritual journey or astrology? Enjoy exclusive Q&A sessions where I will answer all your pressing questions. Plus, get a behind the scenes look of how I prepare my readings and create my content. You'll see the magic unfold. And for all my astrology lovers, you also get exclusive content like my Mercury retrograde survival kit, detailed guidance for every full moon or every new moon, and more. You'll be able to navigate the cosmos with confidence. All for just $4.99 a month. That's less than a cup of coffee. For a month full of daily guidance, exclusive perks, and unique content. Join Danyell's Astro Tarot Elite Club today and elevate your spiritual path. Click the link in the bio or below to join now and start your journey with us. I can't wait to see you in the club. See you later. If you are a member, you've got exclusive content that you got this early, first of all, and I also send you a calendar with all the aspects. So you have that luxury because you are a member. So go ahead and join my membership. But yeah, let's get started. Now, I told you I was a tarot reader, right? And not just any tarot reader, your favorite tarot reader. And we're going to do the tarot of the month of September, and let's see what the cards have to say. What does God want us to know for September? And we have the Ace of Machetes. So there's going to bring some clarity this month, and that makes sense with this fog of Mercury now ending its retrograde period and fully going direct and out of that post-shadow phase in the month of September. But now we're going to have some clarity. We're going to have some insight. There will be some truth-telling coming in for us. People will be starting to think logically, but there's some new ideas. There's some inventive ideas. Also, this could be the start of a new social life for some people. There is a beginning of clarity here and bringing us some great new ideas. Also, in the month of September, we have the Lover's card, and a Lover's card represents Gemini, and there is also communication here. So strong communication month, and this is also socializing as well. Gemini is also the sign that could multitask. So a lot of multitasking and a lot of options. Like, we will have choices this month in September. Gemini also, the ruler of Gemini is Mercury. So Mercury is going to be very important, which makes sense because the sun is in Virgo for most of the month of September. So Mercury is going to play a big part for us in the month of September as well. Just know this month in September that you do have a lot of options. Get out and socialize and have clear communication with everyone. And lastly, we have the Libra, and Libra season is creeping upon us. So there is Libra energy, and that makes sense as well. So a lot of air energy, first of all, going on. So a lot of socializing, a lot of communication. But the Justice card is going to represent harmony and balance, some fairness. Maybe there's something dealing with law for a lot of us this month. This is also about having harmony and having a balance in life. So we are multitasking. There are a lot of choices. However, we do need to bring some harmony and balance things out and be fair and have justice. This also could be a time of being really creative. Venus is the ruler of Libra, so we could be really creative, or there's something dealing with law for the collective. So that is what we have for the tarot of the month. And let's get into the gist of what the month of September has to offer. First of all, here are the ingresses. So September 1st, we start off with Pluto retrograding back into the sign Capricorn. That's really huge. And then September 4th, Mars enters Cancer. On the 8th, Mercury is going to enter Virgo. On the 22nd, the Sun will enter Libra, hence the Libra card coming out. And then Venus will enter Libra. So we were going to be really feeling some Libra energy towards the end of the middle and the end of the month. Also, I want to talk about the luminations, and this is going to be very important because not only do we have a new moon in Virgo September 2nd, but on the 17th we have a full moon lunar eclipse, and that's going to be in the sign Pisces. I'll get into what that means in a little bit. And then the retrogrades of the month, we have September 1st, Uranus is going to station retrograde. So not only do we have Pluto retrograding in Capricorn, but now we have another outer planet, Uranus, that's going to start retrograding as well. Pluto is already retrograding, but it's just going to enter Capricorn. Now on the 11th, Mercury post shadow phase officially ends. I know Mercury will already be direct, but this means that we will be fully out of it, meaning that we wouldn't be feeling any of the residuals of it on 9/11. Now, here are all the aspects of the month. I will put them up. I'm going to not name them all because there are a lot of them, and we are going to go in detail of them in a minute, and we will explain everything. Okay, so let's talk about September 1st, and we have Pluto that is going to go into the sign Capricorn. When Pluto goes back in Capricorn, we've already felt this, so this is just we got to repeat the lessons here. Anytime you have retrograde, we need to redo, we need to remember, and we got to slow it up, okay? Pluto in the sign Capricorn is going to be transformation in social order, hierarchies, laws, restrictions, people in uniforms. When Pluto was in Capricorn, we had that BLM, that was police officers, so that will represent uniform. Now let's see what this will bring. A lot of protests was happening when Pluto is in the sign Aquarius, so the students will be holding back a little bit, and we will be focusing on the Capricorn energy, transformation in that. There's fulfillment in duties, general understanding of destiny. Now, the good aspects of Pluto retrograding and back into the sign Capricorn is that we'll have deep structural review and transformation, empowerment through responsibility, elimination of outdated structures, reflection and introspection. Challenging with Pluto in retrograding in Capricorn is that we'll have some intense power struggles. I mean, Capricorn is the government. So let's see what happens with the government. Let's see what happens with corporations. Let's see what happens with leaders, okay? And anything that is restricting, let's see how that happens. Pluto is obsessed with power, and then you give the government that. I'm not saying I'm anti-government. I'm just trying to have you understand what the planet in that sign could represent. There could be some resurfacing of old issues because Capricorn does represent old, outdated things, okay? Resistance to change, emotional intensity, and control issues. You guys, we need to embrace reflection and let go anything that could be outdated. Be strategic with your power dynamics, whether you are the one who has the power or someone has the power over you, and you want to stay grounded with this, okay? So that is what we have for the first ingress. On September 1st, Uranus will be stationed retrograde, okay? So Uranus is expected unexpected. We're dealing with the internet. It is very air energy too, so we could be dealing with airplanes as well, okay? But there's internal revolution, okay? Uranus is direct motion, often brings about external changes. So we have disruptions, unexpected events that push us to break free from outdated structures. When Uranus stations retrograde, the focus could be shifting inward, or things could be unraveling because it's not working correctly, because we need to fix the system, okay? So we may be rethinking and innovating what we consider some progress, unexpected insights and revelations, revisiting rebellion. Because Pluto is going into Capricorn, I would think that it's going to scale back the rebellion, and I would say the revolutions are the people protesting is the word. The people protesting, but this may not happen because Uranus is now retrograding in the sign Taurus. And Taurus is all about our resources, what we deem valuable, okay? Let me pull a card on what we can expect with Uranus retrograding. And we can have some new energy far as love, okay? And it is relationships. And let's see what this Uranus unexpected energy is going to bring in regards to relationships. And with the Ace of Cups and Uranus retrograding in the sign Taurus, I would think there's going to be a focus of relationships, and not just relationships with our loved ones, but relationships that we have with things that we deem valuable. So let's see how that works out, and maybe that is going to be a transformation in that. This is not Pluto energy, but there's going to be some unexpected things happening in the form of a relationship, okay? That is what we have September 1st. September 2nd, we have a new moon in Virgo. I will have a longer video just discussing this new moon in Virgo, but it's going to be opposing Saturn, and that is the planet of restrictions, especially restrictions that we cannot see. And it's going to, 6 months ago, we had a lunar eclipse in a sign Virgo, so there may be something that's connecting to this new moon with that eclipse. After this new moon this month, we will have a lunar eclipse in a sign Pisces. Now, Virgo energy is all about cleansing and organizing, working, moving slow, okay? Now, it's going to be 11 degree is an Aquarius degree, and that's representing technology. It's representing our future. It's also very fast, okay? It's also connected to Uranus, so you can expect the unexpected and thinking outside of the box. This is going to impact all my mutable signs. Because the new moon is in the sign of Virgo, then we're really looking at Mercury, because Mercury is the ruler of Virgo, and that is in the sign Leo. So let's see how that will affect us, and that's going to affect either some leadership, because Leos do represent the presidents and the kings. It also represents the heart, but manifesting something new in this new moon. This new moon only has that one aspect of opposing Saturn. So I think it's going to be a time of being very serious and being very rigid and thinking long term, and really taking your time. Now, the Sabian symbol for this is 12 degrees, and it's really about revealing the truth. And I'll get into that a little bit more when I discuss the Virgo new moon in particular, but we have a lot to discuss this month. But it's about setting intentions with your health and wellness, and organizing and refining your life, and having some practical goal setting and paying attention to your details, okay? Paying attention to improving some details in your life. Now, on the 2nd, Mars is going to square Neptune, so there may be some confusion. You may be drained energetically. This is the energy of idealism versus realism. Deceptive actions are your true intention. Avoidance of confrontation can happen with this. Potential for misdirected energy, and navigating illusions in your relationships, okay? On the 3rd, Venus Venus is going to conjunct your South Node. So really having some love and harmony when it comes to releasing your past, and especially in relationships. Looking at past relationship patterns, your karmic connections, revisiting relationship themes that didn't quite work out for you, reevaluating your values, letting go of unhealthy attachments, balancing independence and your partnership. This also could be dealing with art, so you could be rediscovering a kind of aesthetic preference and healing some old wounds. September 4th, Mars will enter Cancer, and it's at its fall in its sign. It doesn't like being in a sign Cancer. It feels uncomfortable there because Mars in Cancer actions are often more indirect and very cautious. Mars in Cancer operates with a strong emotional undercurrent, and Mars really doesn't want to have the emotion. Mars rules our anger, our aggression, and us being assertive. But in Cancer, it's all about the emotions and dealing with the emotions. So that could be difficult to express when you're being so emotional or sensitive. Cancer's tendency to avoid confrontation can lead to suppressed anger as well. At the same time, Mars in Cancer could be very protective. So there is that little part of aggression, especially when it comes to families and loved ones. We could be very emotionally driven, focused on the home and family. Protective instincts will be very strong with Mars in Cancer. Indirect and cautious assertiveness, increased sensitivity and emotional reaction. We could also be very passive aggressive with Mars in Cancer. There could be some mood swings, a hint of like smothering your children or smothering others, being very clingy. And there could be difficulty with direct action because Cancer is the crab and it kind of walks sideways, and Mars wants to go head on. So this could be an issue. Cancer also wants to hold on to grudges. So Mars in Cancer, when fighting, you're thinking of the past and looking in the past and operating in the past. This also could cause some manipulative behavior, internalized anger. So let's see how this Mars in Cancer works out for us in the month of September. On the 6th, Mercury is going to square Uranus, and Mercury is in a sign of Leo, and Uranus is in a sign Taurus, and it's retrograding, like I said earlier. So there could be some disruptive communication. We could be restless mentally, and maybe there's some breakthroughs. It's squaring, so the breakthroughs are going to be challenging. We could have disruptions with technology and traveling, so be aware of traveling that day. Challenges with the status quo. So yeah, be ready for that. It's almost like a little Mercury retrograde happening for us because Mercury and Uranus will cause that when they're challenging each other. You could also be getting into some arguments over things that you really value, and it could be out of the blue. On the 7th, the Sun in the sign Virgo is going to oppose Saturn in Pisces, and the Sun is our ego, it's our physical self, and Saturn is the restriction. So there could be tensions between practicality and your intuition with that Pisces energy, or feeling restricted or overburdened, or a sense of doing too much far as like the seriousness. Also, it's very cold energy, and you could be feeling like someone's very cold, or maybe they're moving too slow. The need to balance between structure and flexibility, challenges with authority and self-discipline. So be aware of that for that day on the 7th. September 8th, Mercury is going to enter in the sign Virgo. It's at home here. It loves it here. So there's a lot of clarity this month, hence the astrology, hence the tarot cards that I picked up earlier. So heightened mental clarity and focus, effective communication, paying attention. We're going to be paying attention to details and organization, practical and analytical thinking. Focus on health and wellness can also happen here. There's critical thinking and perfectionism. Be aware of thinking really slow and thinking of too many details and trying to not over criticize. Okay. September 11th, Mercury post shadow phase will officially end when retrograding, and things will be clearing up any past issues, arguments with loved ones. We're going to be moving forward, and there will be clarity, and we'll be implementing the lessons learned, hopefully, new beginnings and fresh starts. And it's time to move forward with confidence, especially in that sign Leo, and reflect and implement and maybe have some new projects in a work and communicating clearly. And when Mercury is in a sign Virgo, we're going to really feel that. So that will be amazing. September 12th, the Sun in Virgo will be squaring Jupiter in Gemini. So we could have some conflict with detail and broad vision, maybe doing way too much. okay? Tendency toward overextension, optimism versus practicality, communication challenges. You know, not all aspects with Jupiter are negative when it's squaring. So there could be a theme of you being very optimistic and getting things done. Sometimes optimism actually helps you get things done. So this might work out for the people who are very pessimistic. So there is that great aspect. And now Jupiter is in a sign Gemini. So a lot of discussion, a lot of talking, and really getting the details of all those discussions and gossip and debates going on. And we'll be able to think clearly with that too. September 14th, Venus will then trine Jupiter. So first we had the sun squaring Jupiter, but now it's all great with Jupiter. This is so positive. I mean, talk about harmonious, and two planets who are benefic working at the strongest harmonious aspect ever. This is great for all of us. So September 14th, get everything done, okay? Talk to your loved ones. Really put yourself out there. Jupiter is all about publishing too, and Venus is going to naturally attract your support. So being very optimistic and positive, expansion on social interactions. There's abundance and prosperity, aesthetic appreciation. Maybe there's cultural or intellectual pursuits. Romantic opportunities are here with this placement and with this transit. Generosity and benevolence, cultivating your personal style and improving that, and expanding your groups and networks and social circles. On the 15th, Mars in Cancer is going to square the North Node in Aries. Conflict between your personal needs and your life purpose, emotional frustration and reactive behavior, challenge to assert your independence could be happening, tension in relationships, your drive towards pursuing your future self and things for yourself, for your future could be a problem here, and there's a challenge with that. So be aware of that on the 15th. Now on the 17th, we have a full moon lunar eclipse, and it's in the sign Pisces. Now it's going to conjunct Neptune in Pisces, so it's really going to be strong. I'm thinking that there could be a death here. I'm going to look at the political leaders and see what we have here. And I remember from my past research that I look out for Biden. Now this thing could be for up to 6 months. Okay. So it may not just be the day of the 17th. Let me be clear. When we had a lunar eclipse, when we had an eclipse in a sign Libra, it was just a few days before or after when Hamas attacked. So just know that this is some time before or after. It's not directly during, but it does represent an ending, because Neptune in Pisces and a lunar eclipse in Pisces is going to end something. Pisces does represent ending. It could be a physical ending, an emotional ending, a spiritual ending, but there is an ending. Now it's conjunct that, so it's going to be very, very strong. And this is just basically a very emotional eclipse for all of us, right? Now it's going to sextile Uranus and Taurus. Uranus is expected, unexpected, or something that's quite different that we value. That's positive. It's not as strong as that conjunction though. So I want you to be aware. So something good could happen, and it's unexpected, and it's something that we value. That could happen. At the same time, there is some type of ending that could be happening. There's emotional release and healing, a spiritual awakening, and maybe your intuition is finally being used. There's endings and letting go, increase in sensitivity, increased sensitivity and compassion. There could be some illusions here. Be aware of that, because that's what Pisces also represents. And there's a need for clarity too. Yeah, so I will speak on this in more detail when I, of course, do the video, but I want you to be aware of the endings, illusions, the strong spiritual aspect, and the strong emotional part of this lunar eclipse in the sign Pisces. On the 18th, Mercury in Virgo is going to oppose Saturn in Pisces. So this is our mental discipline versus our creative intuition. There could be some communication challenges here, or there's criticism and self-doubt. Focus on practical realities. We need to practice patience and be persistent, and balance the criticism with some compassion. Ground your ideas in reality and be mindful of communication. On the 19th, this is positive. The sun in Virgo is going to trine Uranus in Taurus. So there's going to be some surprises, but we're welcoming this. We might want to try something new here. Innovative in practical matters, embracing positive change, increase personal freedom, sudden insights and creative problem solving. Maybe the internet is working with us this day. Okay. Maybe if we are a YouTuber, maybe that's going to be really working on us. I find that Sun trine Uranus, we get a lot of social media people. So something with social media could be very positive that day too. On the 20th, the Sun in Virgo will oppose Neptune in Pisces. Now this is where it gets confusing, okay? Literally, conflict between reality and illusion could be a problem. Dealing with deception or misunderstanding, a struggle between practicality and idealism, heightened sensitivity. Be aware of that. And you want to use your intuition more than anything to navigate this clarity and seeking clarity. Don't just think everything is through a rose-colored lens, because you're going to get the illusions and you might fall for some schemes, possibly with this placement. Balance your dream and reality. Set some boundaries. Use your intuition wisely. September 21st, we have Mercury in Virgo, and it's going to square Jupiter in Gemini. So conflicts between detail and thinking the big picture, or thinking publishing and putting something out in the world. Be aware of that. Tendency toward overextension and overworking and doing too much, especially when it comes to speaking and saying things and thinking things. Communication challenges could be happening here because Jupiter is in that sign. Gemini, intellectual pursuits. Prioritize your focus. Balance detail with broader vision. There's a lot of energy here, and a lot of energy is not really working with moving slow. Communicate clearly and manage your expectations. That same day, though, we have this positive aspect of the Sun in Virgo, and it's going to trine Pluto retrograding Capricorn. So this is great when it comes to leaders as well and restrictions. But personally, with us, it could be personal empowerment and transformation, increased focus and determination, deep psychological insights, because that Pluto is going to bring the psychological aspect, also secrets and mystery. And when it's trining, maybe there's an enlightenment with that too. Positive changes in your career and ambition. That Capricorn is going to bring the career. I love that. So, I'm here for the career part. And if you have something far as work or long-term goals, that's a great day to really focus on that and getting it done. Now, on the 22nd, the Sun will enter the sign Libra. So happy solar return to all my Libras. There's a focus on relationships and partnerships and aesthetics and beauty and grace, desire for balance and harmony, getting things done far as like law and fairness and justice, appreciation of beauty and aesthetics, social connections and networking. Also a lot of energy of passive aggressiveness. That's not really until Mars enters Libra, but the Sun is just a bigger Mars, so be aware of that. Now Venus is going to enter Libra that same day, so we'll have an emphasis on relationships and partnerships, and really having harmony with our relationships or even with business partners, and a lot of self-care, a lot of spending money. I think all that stuff, when people are really into fall, look out for that when it comes to TikTok and people buying a lot of fall things like candles, things that do with the senses like fall food, pumpkins, all that. We're going to really see it when Venus enters Libra. Desire for beauty and aesthetics, a lot of that self-care kind of thing, a focus on harmony and balance, having social grace, romantic and social opportunities. And so nurture your relationships, enhancing your surroundings, make your surroundings really beautiful. This is a great time to do it, and practice being very diplomatic and enjoy your romantic and social activities, okay? While Venus is in a sign Libra. That same day, though, Venus is going to enter Libra and it's going to square Pluto in Aquarius. Intense power dynamics in relationships, power struggles in relationships, where issues of control, manipulation, and hidden agendas can come to the surface. Transformation of values and desires, obsession and compulsiveness. There's challenges in trying to achieve harmony and balance. Be aware of any power struggles. So that's definitely going to play a big part with this aspect. Embrace transformation, manage your intense emotions, and try to seek balance despite any challenges coming in your way. September 24th, Mercury is going to trine Uranus in Taurus. This is great energy, especially if you have to do some details and problem solving, maybe things that are new and out of the box, some innovative problem solving. Trine is always great, right? Because you don't have to look for it. It's going to land right in your lap. So there could be some breakthroughs in communication, openness to new ideas, intellectual excitement and curiosity. On the wider spectrum, there could be some new news discussing things that people are protesting about in regards to your resources or what you deem valuable. On the 25th, Mercury will then, because Mercury moves so fast, will oppose Neptune in Pisces. So before it's working really great with things that are unexpected and surprises, now it's going to oppose Neptune, and that's going to bring some confusion. So you have to be aware, is this the truth or is this an illusion, deception or miscommunication? Heightened sensitivity comes with this, and challenges on focusing and concentrating could be a problem, right? So just ground yourself in reality, okay? And use your intuition and whenever there is some fogginess, okay? And Mercury gets very busy because then Mercury is going to trine Pluto in Capricorn. So there's deep transformative thinking, powerful conversations and communication, uncovering hidden truths, empowerment through knowledge. So you may want to engage in some deep research or things that are very mysterious. This is great for people who are detectives, right? Or people who are trying to figure out the conspiracy theories. Explore hidden aspects, communicate with confidence, empower yourself through knowledge. On the 26th, Mercury enters Libra. Talk about passive aggressive conversations. So look forward to that. But you want to have some harmony, and you'll have conversations that may not cause any conflict. You're going to be focused on relationships and social interactions, seeing multiple perspectives, harmony in thought and speech. With decision making, you may be a little indecisive because Libra can't quite make its mind, or doesn't want to make its mind because it wants to be nice. It wants to avoid conflict. This is very diplomatic energy, so there will be harmony with this ingress. So on the 29th, the Sun in Libra will be opposing the North Node, and so you trying to achieve things for your life purpose, there may be a struggle balancing between self and others, challenges in aligning your life purpose, relationship dynamics, and personal growth. Maybe it's pushing you to be independent and you're quite not wanting to do that. Finding a middle ground, evaluate your relationships, assert your needs, seek balance, reflect on your life path. These are both cardinal signs, so they want to get something started, and it looks like you may have a fear or a problem seeing eye to eye on getting something started, especially when it comes to self and relationships or a partnership of some sort. Mercury in Libra is going to oppose that North Node too. So the communication is not helping you with your future, balancing social harmony and your personal goals, internal conflicts between being direct or being diplomatic. Learning to prioritize your voice could be a problem here that you're having with this aspect. You want to assert your opinions, focus on your personal growth, embrace being very decisive, and seek balance. Mars in Cancer is going to trine Saturn retrograding in the sign Pisces. Trines are very positive, so emotional discipline and focus, really getting things done for the long term, building stable foundations, productive use of emotional energy, having some patience and endurance. And you're going to be really focused on your long-term goals. This is the time to plant the seed. Channel emotional productivity, build stability, embrace patience and discipline. Lastly, we close the month off with Mercury in Libra, and it's going to conjunct the Sun in Libra. It's Kazemi, and there's harmonious communication, focusing on relationships and harmony. There could be some news regarding Libra energy, and I do know Kamala is a Libra Sun, so there could be something with that, or something dealing with partnerships and leaders in partnerships, or the world and partnerships. So something with Hamas and Israel that could be coming out and being discussed in the news as well. Enhanced decision making, aesthetic and artistic expression. Communication will be very diplomatic with this aspect. Strengthening relationships. I know the last Kazemi where Mercury was retrograding in a sign Leo, and it was in the heart of the Sun. That caused a lot of conflicts. But with this one, I think it will be very harmonious. And whenever the Mercury is conjunct the Sun, I always think, what is the news going to say? What is in the news? So that is what we have in the month of September. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. Bye.